All right, so the elbow plank is one of the best kind of core exercises, a good beginner exercise to strengthen the core. So you might have done an elbow plank before. I want to explain briefly the correct way to do it and how to avoid things like lower back pain, etc. So the first thing we want to look at is the proper position of the core. So when we're doing a plank, we want to think about tucking our ribs in and squeezing our butt. So I can do this position or I can do this position, right? I want to tuck my butt in when I'm doing a plank, any kind of plank, right? Tuck my butt in. I want to think about shortening the space between my ribs and my hips, making this short. So crunching in, right? And squeezing the butt. So when I go down to my elbows, if I show my knee here, if I start on my knees, I tuck my butt in, right? A lot of people stay flat back with an elbow, with any kind of plank, an elbow plank particularly. We don't want really a flat back, we almost want a little bit of a round on my back. So you look, my back's not flat, it's almost rounded a little bit because I'm tucking my butt in, right? So you can go here or here. We want this, not this, right? So you can play around with the elbow plank on your knees first to tuck in and see if you can hold this. And of course you can go to your actual elbows and tuck in here, right? So really think about squeezing the butt and think about pressing your belly button into your back, right? I'm pressing my belly button into my back, squeezing my butt, and keeping everything tight here. Almost act like I'm trying to pull the ground in with my elbows and my feet. I'm trying to pull everything in. So I'm not loose here. I'm trying to pull the ground down. I'm trying to pull my elbows up, right? So, or pull my feet up. So if you ever feel it in your lower back, sometimes you feel it in your lower back, you know that you're overextending, meaning you're arching here too much and you need to round in. So if you ever feel it in your back, think about kind of tucking your butt in a little bit more, right? You can maybe scoot in a little bit like this. I'd rather you almost have a little bit of your butt up in the air and have a good, and actually be engaging your core rather than be out like this and then feeling in your lower back, right? If you have trouble, if you feel like you don't have the strength to do off your feet like this, you can also do it on your knees and practice here, right? Remember, it's all about squeezing the butt, keeping those the ribs tucked in right there, and shortening that space between your ribs and your hips, right? This space right here. So that is an elbow plank. It's more about the quality of the hold rather than just how long you can do it. So really think about squeezing there. And remember, you should feel it in your core. If you ever feel it in your lower back, you know you need to tuck everything in, right? So squeeze the butt, tuck in the ribs, and then, pull everything in. So that is an elbow plank.